What's going on is Anton from AntonDaniels.com. I appreciate you guys for continuing to rock with me. I'm on my way into the studio. You know what we do. I could work from home, but I decided to go into the studio because it's just a different type of energy. I love being downtown. I love getting out and about. And you guys need to get out and about, right? Stop just staying in the house the entire time. It's not healthy. It's not healthy for your relationship. It's not healthy for networking. It's not healthy for your productivity. You need to see things. You need to do things. You need to get out and about. It's almost like an artist, right? If you think about a rapper, a singer, anything like that, the way that they keep their pulse on what's happening as far as who it is that they're creating music for, the type of music that's popping, where the trends are, right? What the sentiment of the people is that's out and about listening to this stuff, right? They have to get out. They have to get active. They have to do shows. They have to really be participating. I seen will.i.am say something like that one time because all of the members of the Black Eyed Peas have different roles. But he was just saying that, he has to be out and about in different cities throughout the entire world in order to catch the pulse of the people, in order for them to be able to come up with the hits that they had came out with. So make sure that you guys get outside and participate on what's going on out in society. But aside from that, I have some specific issues that I want to address throughout the day. So it is September 11th, and we're going to remember September 11th. But here are my thoughts. Let me first say rest in peace, and I want to give an acknowledgement to all of the people that lost their lives on September 11th. I will never forget, because I remember being at work and watching the first plane and then watching the second plane. And so that is nothing ever that I'm going to forget, because I just couldn't believe it at the time that was happening, and it just didn't make any sense to me, because I was thinking in my mind, no way, it's impossible that anybody would ever attack the United States of America, not my home. You know what I'm saying? But it did happen. But that's not really the thing that I remember, right? Hindsight plays a great role in us being able to really take into account what happened and how we've been affected as a result of it. I remember back in the day that we used to look at Bill Clinton as, or not even we, black people specifically, used to look at Bill Clinton as the first black president. I think that was a mistake, because I think that Clinton did a lot of wrong, and we were exalting and leveraged in order to continue to keep him in office based off of the fact that he identified in a lot of our ways, right? What did we really have outside of him manufacturing? And he did do some good. I'm not just going to completely take away everything that he did, but he manufactured the housing crisis, right? That happened under his watch. And then it really came to a head during the Bush years, right? The second Bush years. And then we loved him for the fact that he got hid inside of the White House, right? Oh man, he the first black president or whatever. What else did he have to do? Smoke some trees in order to really justify himself or prove himself to the black community? And our standards were so trash, and we still lean into that same mindset. And again, I was saying this on the Millionaire Morning Show. Make sure y'all tap into that. The problem with a lot of us is that we don't live to be 200, 300 years old, because by the time that we get to the age that we can really have an impact or we learn from our mistakes, it's too low. We die off. Our kids come behind us. They pick up those generational traumas that we leave behind for them, and then they go on to make things worse than they were. And that's why simps are running around continuing to support feminism today, right? But it was a second Bush, right? Those were the years, because I remember when the towers hit, and he was the one that was in office. And I just think that he could quite possibly have been the worst president during my lifetime, especially during the time that I was able to vote, because I graduated high school in 2000, and I remember the Fabulous album had came out that same day, and the Jay-Z album, I think it was the Blueprint that came out that day, right? And I just remember, knowing just inherently as a young guy that we were going to get a second term in office, even though we didn't necessarily like what was going on in the first term. And that was being leveraged against us in order to justify that we needed a leader, and we didn't need instability and changing of hands during a time where we were at war, where we really didn't even get anything out of it as a result of it, right? Which then led to us getting Obama and his administration right after that, because everything was so messed up. We had that war that was going on, right? We had the auto industry crashing because of the housing crisis. And then Detroit was the most hit as a result of it. And then we had the recession. And so everybody was leaning into hope. And then we wound up getting Obama as a result of it, which then led us into this whole fourth, fifth wave of the feminist movement that's now being hijacked by the alphabet community, and it's the worst thing for us because it's the thing that we still fighting against. And it's unfortunate that we can't see ahead of time in order to avoid that butterfly effect situation that's going to hurt us and affect us long term. But we just walk right into the buzzsaw, and it was easy for us to do it because we voted for Obama based off of the fact that he was black. White people voted for him because they were sick of Bush, and everybody was broke at the time, and so we just needed to change. And we don't know what would have happened, but I do know what did happen, and I know that we still paying for it today, and it's not even gonna be us that pay for it as much as our children. And that's really, really unfortunate. So again, I think that 9/11 sparked during that time, that era, it sparked so many changes and such a shift in the way that we go about operating as a society today. And Bush was at the helm of that, but he's not the only person that we should be holding accountable. But he'll go along and, everything is going to continue to play out the way that it's playing out. Presidential library, Obama, he does what he does, and it's just the way that it goes. But it's unfortunate that we can't redo history, or we can't learn from it, or we don't have the mindset to where we have enough time to learn from it to where our children are then impacted in a positive way. But I guess that's just the way that things go, right? I think the train is like 2 stops away. So I'm actually waiting on the train. I'm about to head over to the gym. It's 2 o'clock, so it's about an hour after we got done with the Millionaire Morning Show. And I usually go and work out in the middle of the day and then try to get the rest of my work done, get some coaching sessions in, and then take care of business. But I don't want to focus on that right now. I want to focus on this whole hoax, right? So I'm hearing a whole lot of information, and that's why I try not to cover it as much or to give my opinion on stuff that I think may be a hoax or where we may need more information for and stuff like that. And the reason why I like to do that is because I think that we all are done a disservice by giving information and stuff that may not even be in our best interest. I heard that she raised over $40,000 for this whole brick situation, but then at the same time, I'm hearing about how she was able to finesse y'all out of $5,000 over a similar situation about racial discrimination before. And I keep telling y'all, there's no faster way for somebody come up than to use race or race baiting or race issues or support black business. There's no faster come up than people to use race in order to be able to finesse you. I'm just being real. They don't sell you a product. They don't give you nothing that's gonna be better for your life. It's not a real solution. It's just an ongoing war of being able to leverage gender or race in order to continue to make money, right? And when I say that, I'm saying that women are going to lean into the thing that they can then weaponize against men in order to get y'all to get their GoFundMes put up. Somebody told me that it was an allergic reaction, and then there was a whole bunch of reactions from a bunch of other people. Man, I'm not about to play all of that stuff on my platform. I played it, I addressed it once, and then I'm gonna leave it as it is. I wanna address things that's a lot more fruitful and meaningful, but it is important for me to address this specifically because it's talking about popular culture, right? So while I wait on this train in order to catch my ride over there to be able to work out at the gym, I just want to let y'all know, and I want to warn y'all, stop being so quick to throw money. Let me say this. It's funny because I had to spend years building up my reputation, making sure that I document in the process without even knowing that I was really going to be leveraging my platform in order to have these conversations. I spent years letting you know who I was. And I still get people that question, even though I've showed my W-2s, I've showed my bank accounts, I've showed my brokerage accounts, right? I have results out the wazoo of helping thousands and thousands of people. I've funded people's businesses with nothing in return and all of this. And because I'm deciding that I want to do things the right way, most of the time, those type of content creators, thank God I'm not dependent on the people in order to win. Most of the time, those type of content creators, you know what I'm saying? They're not as sensationalized as, say, somebody that may use or wear a dashiki, put on a trope, put on some kind of hat in order to tell you. Or some of these people, y'all don't even know who they are. Y'all never even seen who they really are. They just got a platform and they're able to leverage their voice, say that they're pro-black. I've seen more women, single baby mamas, use the pro-black narrative in order to get you on their side. Most of them wash out eventually, or you find out that, oh, okay, you know what? This is your whole trope for the last 10, 15, 20 years. I feel you. But I'm not going to continue to feed into this nonsense, this whole hoax thing. I'm going to call it out when I see it, and I'm going to keep it moving. And I'm going to talk about the things that's more meaningful. But y'all got to stop putting y'all money behind things that's not actually adding value into your life. And listen, if they stand on that, but then they still adding value into your life in some other way, I'm for it. And I can't really tell anybody what to do, but I could just suggest it. The thing that I will say is this. I'm going to continue to add value. I'm going to continue to see it for what it really is. And I would wish y'all would just be patient sometimes in order to then justify your financial commitment. And that way you can vet out whether or not it's actually worth your time or not. They're going to try to tell you that your mental health don't matter. That your regular health don't matter. That you're supposed to put everybody else before you. As a man, as a husband, we did that. We already own that. So we on some other stuff now. You know what I'm saying? Now, it's our season. It's your season. And that's what I've been focusing on over the last maybe month or so. My daughter is 15 years old, about to be 16, driving. Just flew back from California. She's straight. College fully funded. She in a good space mentally. We got a great relationship. Been there for the entirety of her life. Her mom's straight. All of that. So now, as a 41-year-old man, I got to dedicate 98, 99% of my energy to being the best version of me. And let me just tell you this. Contrary to popular belief, your happiness is more important than anybody else's happiness as a man in a household. Your happiness is more important than anybody else's happiness in a household. You know what I'm saying? So without daddy being happy, should nobody be happy? You got to protect the king. Without the king, everything falls. We see that happening in our society. So listen, just wanted to tap in with y'all. Give y'all an update on what's going on. Beautiful view. City. Love Detroit. Once I get done here, working out, I try to work out Monday through Friday every day. Unless I have a hiccup or gotta travel or something like that. But on a little bit of streak, and I love it. So, anyways, let me finish up my workout. I'm gonna go jump in the shower, get back to business. I'll see y'all tonight on the Q Show. Peace.